This week on Home by Novogratz. First off, let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. This is not Bravo, this is HGTV. If you are a fan of the Novogratz because of the Bravo show, it's a completely different show, and it is very much like all the other HGTV shows. Focuses much more on the design and the details and really pays much less attention to the kids and their family and their home life than the Bravo show did. This week, Bob and Courtney redesigned a beach house that two sisters recently purchased in Far Rockaway, Queens. The sisters sit down with the Novogratz to talk about their budget, which is about $40,000, and what their needs are and their interests. Along the way, Bob and Courtney give us certain tips in how they approach design. Tip number 1 is to start out with an inspiration. The sisters tell them that they are interested in surfing and that their favorite designer is Betsy Johnson. So Courtney goes to visit Betsy in her Soho shop, and they talk about Betsy's use of bold color and how that invigorates things. So Courtney starts out with this idea of a bold color to invigorate things, mainly in this case a pink, which is very Betsy. Another tip that Bob gives us is the importance of artwork in all interior decoration. Bob visits a gallery which specializes in surfer-themed artwork and purchases one important piece that will be the focal point of the living room. Instead of wallpaper, they use big posters that are used as advertising on the street, and they wheat paste them to the wall. The street artist comes in and graffitis over it, giving it a very edgy, hip, yet custom design. Tip number 3 is to create a focal point. Courtney decides to make the staircase a focal point by custom painting it in colorful stripes, which makes something rather bland and utilitarian more object-like. The kitchen is a big part of the renovation, as the house came without any appliances and some rather bad cabinets. Tip number 4 from Courtney is to put all your focus in some really good appliances and to keep the counters, the cabinets, and the tile backsplash fairly neutral and background. In this case, she picks a nice pink oven and a very retro kind of refrigerator. In the corner of the living room, they use a very retro kind of Russ Myers inspired Faster Pussycat Kill Kill wallpaper. And tip number 5 from Courtney is to use a quirky chandelier in an unexpected place. Instead of over a dining room table, hang it in the corner of a lounge, and it will be unexpected and bring some interest to the room. Upstairs in the main bedroom, tip number 6, Courtney tells us to use cheap wood on the floor and then paint it a bright color, in this case pink. That gives it a nice fresh look without the expense of a real hardwood floor. The Novogratz finish off with some nice touches, and our final tip number 7 from Courtney is to go something neutral and natural with the shades, something plain that will allow some light and yet still some privacy. In the end, the sisters are overjoyed with the design, and Bob and Courtney live to design another day.